The law of attraction is a lie and it's keeping you poor, right? So I'm sure a lot of people watching this, the reason you probably clicked on this video is because you believe in manifestation, you believe in the law of attraction, and you believe in all these types of things. But you have to understand that believing this is real and all these type of things, it's keeping you poor. You're probably stuck in a loop. You probably feel like you feel like it's kind of real, but it's not really real. You just can't figure it out, right? Well, that's why, hence the title, The Law of Attraction is a lie and it's keeping you poor. Now, the law of attraction is real, but it's not real the way people think it's real. It's like, yes, it's real in a sense, but the perception and the way you believe it to be true is what's the lie about it, right? So this is essentially the way it works, right? The way the law of attraction works is you have to understand that everything is energy, frequency, and vibrations. And you are always vibrating at this core frequency. The law of attraction is, it's automatic. It's already built in. You can't do anything to stop attracting whatever it is that you're attracting. You have to understand that everything is automated. Creation is finished. Everything is automated. You're already attracting everything to you. So a lot of people think that, oh, well, let's say they want to make money with their business. Let's say they want to make money with their business. Let's say they want to manifest perfect health, or they want to manifest a relationship, or whatever it is that they want to manifest. They think they have to attract it. That's not why it works. That's not why that's why whatever it is that you're doing works. That's not how it works, right? The way it works is you have to understand that basically you have a core vibration, right? So let's say this is person A, right? So this is person A, and then this is person B. Person B, and then this is person A, right? So this is person A, and this is person B, right? And you have to understand, you have a core vibration. That means you are basically attracting every single thing that resonates with the frequency that you're already vibrating on, right? So let's say this person A is poor, right? They're on a frequency of poverty. And then person B is rich. They're on a frequency of abundance. So you have to understand the way everything works. Everything is energy, frequency, and vibrations, and you are attracting everything that resonates with the frequency you're vibrating on. So these two people are on different frequencies. So person A, who is poor, and person B, who is rich, the only difference between them is their frequencies, right? So you have to understand that person A, basically what's happening is they're on this vibration, this poor vibration. Like, this is the invisible world. Invisible world. You cannot see this with your physical eyes. So this is the invisible world. And you have to understand that this person is attracting every single thing that it is that's going to keep them poor. You have to understand, a lot of people who are poor, have you ever sat with average people or talked to average people? They literally cannot see the things that they would need to see that would actually allow them to make money or escape their situation. Because you don't see with your eyes, you see with your frequency. You literally cannot see that which you are not on the frequency that you would need to be on to see it. So for example, this person who was poor, literally, they are downloading thoughts that keep them poor. Download. So they're downloading thoughts to keep them poor. All of their thoughts, right? So all of their thoughts, all of their ideas, right? All of the people they attract, right? You have to understand, the thoughts that you think are a reflection of the frequency that you're on as well. So if this person is on a poor frequency, what's going to happen is they download thoughts and they download ideas that are going to keep them poor. So that's why poor people always have horrible ideas, and poor people always have these horrible ways of thinking, because they're vibrating at a frequency of poverty. Therefore, they can only download thoughts and ideas that keep them poor, right? They attract people to their life who reflect their frequency, who reflect their way of thinking that keeps them poor, right? And they are attracting every single thing that they need to attract that's going to keep them poor. They're literally attracting it. You're always attracting. That's what most people get wrong with the law of attraction. You are always attracting, and you literally cannot turn it off. A lot of people think that, oh, well, I want to attract this. I'm trying to attract this. You're always attracting. right? And whatever it is that you are attracting directly reflects the frequency that you're vibrating on, right? So then let's say you say this person is vibrating at a rich frequency, right? The rich person, person B, they download thoughts, they download ideas, and they download everything it is that they need to download that keeps them rich. The poor person downloads, you can't think greater than your frequency. This is a bar. Make sure you write this down. You literally cannot think greater than your frequency. You can't think greater than your frequency. Because you cannot think greater than your frequency, that means if you are vibrating at a poor frequency, the only thoughts and the only ideas that you're going to have are thoughts that are going to keep you poor, right? And then the person who's vibrating at that rich person frequency, they're going to download thoughts, they're going to download ideas that allow them to keep being rich. So you're always attracting, and that which you attract directly reflects the frequency that you are vibrating on. That's what most people do not understand. So a lot of you, the reason the law of attraction is keeping you poor is because you simply do not understand how it actually works. You're always attracting something, and that which you attract is a reflection of the frequency you're vibrating on. You are always attracting something, right? And I'm going to say it one more time. That which you attract is a direct reflection of the frequency that you are vibrating on, right? Remember, creation is finished. So everything is energy, frequency, and vibrations, right? So I'm gonna go even deeper into this. Everything is energy, frequency, and vibrations. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. That means everything that exists has always existed, right? So everything is energy, frequency, and vibrations, right? So let's say this is the universe, right? All frequencies that exist have always existed, right? So let's say there's just an infinite number of frequencies. All right, let's say there's just an infinite number of frequencies, right? There's an infinite number of frequencies, right? And then let's say there's someone who's currently vibrating at this frequency, right? Let's say this is a poor person frequency, right? You have to understand, because creation is already finished, right? Everything that is a reflection of that frequency, you're going to attract it into that life. Or another way to explain it is you are just passing through frames that already exist within existence, right? So for example, right, one way to perceive it, this is another way to view it, is it's like you're watching the life that you're living. It's like you're watching a movie that's already created, right? And the frequency that you're vibrating on determines the frames that you experience in creation. So someone who is poor is going to be watching a movie of poverty. Someone who is rich, let's say this is rich. Someone who is rich is going to be basically watching a movie, observing a movie in creation where they're rich, right? So one thing that most people do not understand about the law of attraction is that you are always attracting something. You're always attracting something, and that which you attract is a reflection of the frequency that you are vibrating on, right? There are no accidents. Everything is vibrationally aligned. Everything is a massive orchestration. In fact, let me talk about something else. Vibrational alignment, right? Vibrational alignment. Vibrational alignment. So vibrational alignment, this is a big thing. Everything that happens in your life, whether it's good, whether it's positive, it doesn't matter what it is. You have to understand that nothing happens on accident. And that which happens in your life is a reflection of the frequency that you're on. So if you're on a frequency of poverty, you are going to be vibrationally aligned with every single thing that you need to be vibrationally aligned with that keeps you poor. And then someone who is vibrating on a frequency of abundance is going to be vibrationally aligned with every single thing that they need to be aligned with that keeps them rich. Right? This is why someone who is negative things always happen to them, because they're on a negative frequency. So they're vibrationally aligned with a frequency of negativity where everything that materializes into their life is negative. And then the person who is positive, they are vibrationally aligned with people, positive outcomes, positive events, right? Positive things that, because everything is a reflection of the frequency that you're vibrating on. So you have to understand that vibrational alignment is extremely important. Understand that someone who is poor, they are vibrationally aligned with the frequency of poverty. And then someone who is rich, they are vibrationally aligned with the frequency of abundance. There are no accidents. Accidents don't exist. Every single thing that happens in your life, whether it's good, whether it's positive, negative, it doesn't matter what it is. All of the people you meet, all of the opportunities you have, everything is vibrationally aligned with your frequency, right? So let me get rid of this. So what do you have to do, right? Remember, all of us are vibrating at a certain frequency, right? And all of us are vibrating at a certain frequency. Let's say this is a vibration. This is a core frequency. And you are attracting everything that vibrationally aligns with that frequency. So you're attracting people, events, circumstances, right? Money, even health, right? So you're currently at a core vibration, and everything that you attract in your life, you have a core vibrational frequency, and everything that you attract in your life, the reason you've attracted it is because you're vibrationally aligned with it, because you're on that frequency. The people you meet, your vibration, the only reason you met them is because you're vibrationally aligned with them. The events, circumstances, money, right? So let's say, right? So you have to understand that someone who is poor, they're vibrationally aligned with poverty. That's why if you don't know any people who are poor, maybe your family members are poor, you have poor friends, they're always complaining about this and this and this and this and this. But someone who, the people that you know are rich, they don't really complain. They just solve the issues. They see solutions. Poor people see problems, right? Because remember, the thoughts and ideas that you download are a reflection of the frequency that you're on. So because they're vibrating at a frequency of poverty, they download thoughts and ideas that keep them poor. So let's say someone is poor, right? So this person is poor. So this is going to be the physical. This guy, his name is going to be, let's say this guy's name is Jose, right? And Jose is poor. Jose is poor. So this is Jose. Jose is poor, right? Why is Jose poor? Remember, everything you see physically is a reflection of something that's invisible. It's a reflection of your vibrational frequency. So this is invisible. Invisible. So if Jose is poor, let's make sure. Poor. No good, Jose. He's poor. No good. It's not good to be poor, Jose. You need to manifest money. How does Jose manifest money? Well, you have to understand that everything in your life is a reflection of the frequency you're on. So the only reason he's poor is because he's vibrating at the frequency of poverty, right? So everything you see that's physical is a reflection of something that's invisible. That's what people don't realize. So basically, what it means is everything you deal with externally, if you want to change what you see externally, you have to change that which exists internally, and then the things that you see externally are going to reflect that shift that you made internally, right? So this is his frequency. He's vibrating at a frequency of poverty. This is the invisible. You cannot see it. Remember, everything that's physical is a reflection of that which is invisible. So he's vibrating at the frequency of poverty, right? So essentially what happens is if Jose changes his vibrational frequency, right? He changes his vibrational frequency to a frequency where he's rich and abundant. Now this is his new vibrational frequency, right? Physical reality is going to reflect that change that Jose made. Because remember, physical reality is a reflection of the invisible. So in Jose, he's not poor anymore, right? Jose is not poor anymore. Put some respect on my guy, Jose. He's not poor, he's rich. He's a big don now, a big boss, right? So now you see Jose. Now Jose is rich. See that? See that smile? You see that smile on Jose's face? He's smiling because he's rich. Before he changed his vibration, he was poor, he was crying. Now he's rich. Because Jose is rich, he's happy now. You see that big smile? Look at him. Look at Jose. Now he has a rich man hat. You see that? That's a rich man hat right there. See Jose's rich man hat? His hat changed. He doesn't have a poverty hat anymore. He has a rich man hat, right? And then, now that Jose's rich, look at that. Now Jose has 2 girlfriends, right? And then this is Jose's supercar right here. You see that? Supercar. You see Jose's supercar? Jose is rich now. He got the supercar. Right? Now that he's rich, he got 2 girlfriends. 2 girlfriends. You see, look at that smile on his face. This is his beach house. Beach house. Here's the ocean. That's the ocean. That's the ocean. This is the beach. This is his beach house. It's his 2 girlfriends. It's his supercar. Why does Jose have a supercar? Why does he have 2 girlfriends? And why does Jose have a beach house? Right? Because Jose understood that everything you see externally is a reflection of your internal state. So Jose started doing the work. He started changing his vibrational frequency, right? He used to be at a vibrational frequency of poverty. Now he's at a vibrational frequency of abundance. He's at a vibrational frequency, he's rich. So he started feeling rich before he got rich. You must experience whatever it is that you want vibrationally before it manifests physically. So now he started feeling rich. He changed his vibrational frequency. Remember, everything that you see physically is a reflection of your frequency, is a reflection of something that's invisible. Everything that you see visibly is a reflection of something that's invisible. So Jose did the work. He changed his frequency. He's not vibrating at the frequency of poverty, right? Look, he's happy now. When he was vibrating at the frequency of poverty, he was sad. Now that he's vibrating at the frequency of abundance, now he's rich. He got 2 girlfriends, right? He got a beach house and he got a supercar. The reason he has all these is because he did the work and he changed his vibrational frequency. Understand, right? Let's say this is, right? This is physical reality. This is physical reality, right? Physical reality is a reflection of this. Let's say this is a frequency. Frequency. This is a frequency, right? This is a mirror. Physical reality, right? Physical reality is a reflection of your frequency. So everything you see external is a reflection of something that's internal. So if you do the work and you change this right here, you change this frequency, right? That means physical reality must reflect that change. So if you look at Jose, right, there's the proof. That's the proof right there. You saw Jose, he was sad. Jose was sad, right? You saw it with your own eyes, right on video. Jose was sad. And then he changed his vibrational frequency. He was vibrating at a frequency of poverty. He changed his vibrational frequency to being rich, right? And now Jose has a beach house. He has a supercar and he has 2 girlfriends. You saw it here. It happened on video. You saw it literally right here. You saw it with your own eyes. Now you know this stuff is real, right? Physical reality is a reflection of your frequency. Everything that you can see with your eyes, everything you can see visibly is a reflection of that which is invisible. And Jose didn't want to live that life of poverty anymore, and he understood that, so he began changing this. Once he changed that, boom, this had to reflect, right? So if you're, for example, if you're stuck at $10,000 a month in your business, it's a reflection of your frequency. The issue is something that's invisible. Because the issue is something that's invisible, if you change that which is invisible, you have to understand it's physics. It is impossible. It is impossible that you change your frequency and physical reality doesn't reflect that change. It's literally impossible. This is the hack to the simulation. This is what most people don't understand. Everyone's so focused on strategies. They're so focused on that which they can see externally. Everyone's focused on the wrong thing. You have to understand it's truly as simple as that. It's as simple as that. That's literally as simple it is. It's really that simple, right? It's as simple as that. right? Everything is frequency. Everything is energy, frequency, vibrations. Everything that you could see physically is a reflection of something that is invisible, which is your frequency, right? So if you have to understand frequency, right? If you change your frequency, understand physical reality is a reflection. Physical reality. Understand physical reality is a reflection of your frequency. If you are able to change your frequency, let's say you're making 10,000 a month or 20,000 and you're stuck there. You have to understand you're vibrating at the frequency of 10,000 a month. That's why you're stuck at 10,000 a month. You have to understand it is literally an impossibility that you change your frequency to the amount that you want to make. Let's say someone wants to go from 10,000 a month to 50,000 a month. You have to understand that it is literally an impossibility that you change your frequency from 10K a month to 50K a month, and that physical reality doesn't reflect that change. Say 10K a month to now you change the frequency, 50K a month. It is literally an impossibility that physical reality does not reflect that change. If you change your vibrational frequency, that which you see in physical reality will change. That's the secret to the simulation. It's truly as simple as that.